Hi everyone. Okay, today I'm gonna explain about my video assignment with my group that DWM 20373 Digital Technique, and our class is DAM2C and group 5, and we're gonna talk about ABUS A220. Okay, this is our team. The first one we have Emelinda, anak perempuan David James, and the second one we have Kashvin, anak lelaki Morgan or Suresh. And the third one we have Bhavesh, anak lelaki dia Bagaran, and my name is Shamia Skill bin Rashidi. So, when you see this video, you already know who we are, right? Now we're gonna go to the introduction and the overview about the Airbus A220. Okay, the first one is the evolution. The past World War II steam gauge, analog mechanical. And the second one is present modern glass cockpit, digital software driven. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the evolution of the Airbus A220. For example, like the glass cockpit and another. Okay, the second one is the key system architecture. The first one is about the avionic that used by that we use Collins Aerospace Pro 9 Fusion, and second one is computing IMA integrated modular avionic that share digital resource to reduce weight and wiring. Third one is digital hardware that the cockpit have the display that 5 display that 15.1 inch with the high resolution LCD screen, and also the EFIS digital all flight data into PFD flight data and MFD navigation or system. The fourth one is the advanced technology like control full fly by wire FBW, and also pilot input are processed as digital signal. And the another one is bus system, and then the last one is the our presentation objective is examine digital instrument PFD, MFD, and EICAS, and also the investigate FBW functionally, and the last one is relate system to digital maintenance standard. So I'm already explained about our presentation, and this is the for the introduction, and now let's go to the our my team.
This is my overview of flight deck Airbus A220. The flight deck of the Airbus A220 is a fully modern glass cockpit, which means it uses digital screens instead of traditional analog instruments. The cockpit is equipped with several main displays, including the primary flight display, navigation display, and engine and warning display. These displays combine multiple flight information into one system, making it easier for pilots to monitor the aircraft. The Airbus A220 also uses fly-by-wire technology where flight controls are operated electronically instead of mechanically. This improves safety and reduces pilot workload. Overall, the flight deck design enhances efficiency, accuracy, and situational awareness for pilots.
Okay, so now I will explain about the overview of the flight deck of Airbus A220. So the A220 uses glass cockpit systems, which means it has a modern digital flight deck with electronic display instead of traditional analog instruments. It is also designed for two pilots, the captain and first officer, to ensure efficient operation. The cockpit is equipped with advanced avionics and automation systems, which helps to improve more performance and reduce human error. It also uses fly-by-wires control systems where the pilot inputs are transmitted electronically. All these features help to reduce pilot overload and provide a clear, user-friendly interference. Overall, the system improves safety and operational efficiency in modern aviation.
Hi, my name is Emerlinda and I'm from DAM2C. Today, in this part, I will be explaining about the flight deck and some of the main flight instruments used in the Airbus A220. The Airbus A220 flight deck is designed for two pilots, which are the captain and the first officer. It has a modern and well-organized cockpit layout that makes it easier for the pilots to operate. Moreover, this aircraft uses a glass cockpit system where most of the traditional analog instruments are replaced by digital display, and the flight information is shown clearly using the Electronic Flight Instrument System or EFIS. Compared to the old aircraft, the A220 is more advanced because the system is integrated, meaning pilots can see multiple information in one place. This helps to improve situational awareness, reduce pilots' workload, and increase overall flight.
The objective of this video are to study the flight deck of the Airbus A220 and to identify the main flight instrument used. We will also explain the location and function of each instrument and analyze how they assist pilots during flight. Finally, we will relate this instrument to modern technologies such as the glass cockpit. So for now, for the content and discussion, I'm going to explain about three flight instruments that used in modern aircraft, which are the primary flight display, navigation display, and engine warning display. First, the primary flight display or PFD is the most important flight information in one screen. It includes the aircraft altitude, which tell us if the aircraft is climbing, descending, or turning. It also shows airspeed, altitude, and vertical speed. This display combines multiple traditional instruments into a single digital screen. Because of this, pilot can quickly understand the aircraft condition without looking at many different gauges. This improves efficiency and safety during flight. So the next one is navigation display or ND. The ND helps pilots understand where the aircraft is going. It shows the aircraft route, current position, and waypoints along the flight path. It also provides information about the surrounding environment such as weather condition and terrain. With the navigation display, pilots can follow the planned route more easily and avoid hazard, ensuring a safe and smooth flight. Thirdly, engine and warning display (EWD). The EWD is an important instrument that shows the aircraft engine performance. It displays key information such as engine thrust, fuel levels, and temperature. This allows pilots to monitor the condition of the engines at all times during the flight. In addition, the EWD also provides warning and alerts. These alerts from pilots if there are any system problems or abnormal conditions such as engine failure or overheating. The warnings are usually shown using colors and messages, making them easy to notice quickly. This helps pilot to take immediate action to ensure the safety of the aircraft and passengers.
Okay, so next I will explain about the flight management system in the Airbus A220. Okay, firstly, the FMS is like the brain of the aircraft. It is also a central computer that manages flight planning, navigation, and performance. It is also calculates the most efficient route using inputs like waypoint, speed, and altitude. At the same time, it's also continuously tracks the aircraft's position using GPS and other systems in aircraft. Moreover, the FMS also works with the autopilot by sending commands to control heading, altitude, and also speed of the aircraft. In another point, function is that it helps reduce fuel consumption by adjusting the flight in real time. Overall, the FMS makes flight safer, more efficient, and also reduces the workload for pilots. Okay, so next I will explain about the modern technology that we used in aircraft like Airbus A220. Okay, in modern aircraft, we use advanced systems such as the glass cockpit and fly-by-wire system. Okay, firstly, for the glass cockpit, it replaces the traditional analog instruments with digital screens, which allows the pilots to see all the flight movements and navigation information clearly in one place. Okay, meanwhile, for the fly-by-wire systems, it means that the pilot controls are sent electronically to computers instead of using mechanical parts. These computers then control the aircraft more precisely. As a result, this technology improves accuracy, increases safety, and reduces human error as well. It also helps to reduce pilot workload by automating many complex tasks during the flight performance. Overall, the modern technology makes aircraft more efficient, safer, and also easier to operate, and also makes our life easier. Okay, so next I will explain about the engine indicating and crew alerting systems that also known as ECAS. So ECAS is an important system that we used in modern aircraft such as the Airbus A220. It is also an integrated digital display that shows real-time information about the aircraft's engines and system status. These systems allows pilot to monitor engine performance, including thrust, temperature, and rotational speed, all in one place. In addition, ECAS also displays fuel systems data such as fuel quantity, flow rate, and overall systems condition. One of the most important features of ECAS is that it provides warnings, cautions, and advisory messages. These alerts helps pilot quickly detect any abnormal situation and take immediate action. ECAS also helps to simplify the cockpit by combining multiple systems reading into a single display. Moreover, this also reduces the need for many separate analog gauges and makes monitoring more efficient. So overall, ECAS improves safety by helping pilots identify and respond to system problems quickly and effectively.
And for my content and discussion, the first instrument is the primary flight display or PFD. This is located directly in front of each pilot on the main instrument panel. The PFD shows important flight information such as airspeed, altitude, aircraft attitude, and vertical speed. Instead of using separate analog instruments, all this information is combined into one digital display. And this makes it easier for pilots to read and understand the flight condition quickly. As part of the glass cockpit system, it helps pilot make faster and more accurate decisions during flight. Next is the navigational display or ND. This is located right beside the PFD on the main instrument panel. The ND shows the aircraft's position and flight route. It also displays the information such as waypoint, flight path, and weather radar. This system is connected to the navigation system, allowing real-time updates. It helps pilots to stay on correct route, avoid bad weathers and obstacles during the flight. The next system is Engine Indicating and Crew Alerting System, or also known as EICAS. This is also displayed on the main instrument panel. Engine Indicating and Crew Alerting System shows engine performance and system informations including engine thrust, fuel status, and warning message. One important function is that it can automatically alert pilots when there is any abnormal condition. This allows pilots to respond quickly and take the necessary action. As part of the glass cockpit system, it improves safety and makes monitoring the aircraft much easier.
Okay, now I'll explain the types of aircraft instruments and some of the examples. Firstly, we have flight instruments. These flight instruments helps the pilots to control and monitor the aircraft during flight. So, for example, the primary flight display, which PFD, shows important flight data, and the altimeter indicates the aircraft altitude, and the airspeed indicators show how fast the aircraft is moving. Okay, so for instance, we have navigation instruments. These are used to guide the aircraft from one location to another. So, for example, the navigation display, which shows the flight route, and the GPS provides position information, and also the flight management systems, which is the FMS, helps to plan and manage the flight path. Okay, last but not least, we have warning systems. These systems are very important for safety because they alert the pilot to any problems. For example, include alerts and caution messages, which warn the pilots about the system failure or abnormal condition of the aircraft performance. So, in conclusion, these instruments work together to ensure safe and efficient aircraft operation.
So now I'm going to explain about the example of flight instrument. These are the example of three types of display. The first one is primary flight display. The example is altitude indicator, artificial horizon. This function is to show aircraft pitch, nose up or nose down, and bank roll. The second one is from navigation display. The example is horizontal situation indicator, HSI. Its function is to combine heading course and navigation info. The third one is from engine and warning display. The example is engine indicating and crew alerting system ECHAS. The function is to show engine parameters, warnings and alerts. So here you can see on the left hand side, these are the picture. For the first one is for the altitude indicator artificial horizon, and the second one is for the horizontal situation indicator, and the third one is for the engine indicating and crew alerting system ECHAS.
And next, I'll be explaining some examples of flight instrument used in the Airbus A220. For the primary flight display or PFD, it shows important information such as airspeed, altitude, and attitude. Airspeed helps pilot monitor the speed of aircraft, altitude shows the height, and attitude shows the position of the aircraft in the air. For the navigation display or ND, it shows flight route and waypoints, which helps pilot follow the correct path. It also includes weather radar, which helps detect weather condition and avoid dangerous areas. Lastly, the EICAS system shows engine-related information such as engine thrust and fuel level. It also provides warning message to alert pilots if there is any abnormal condition. These instruments works together to provide clear and important information, helping pilots operate the aircraft safe and efficiently.
Hi, my name is Shamil Skill and I'm from DAM2C. Alright, let's get into the heavy hitter for the narrow body category, the Airbus A220. Now, as future engineer, we don't just look at how pretty the plane is, but we look at the architecture. Back in the day, cockpits were a nightmare of analog dials and miles of copper wiring, but the A220, this thing is a masterpiece of digital integration. Stepping into this flight deck feels like stepping into a Tesla, but for the sky, it's powered by the Collins Aerospace Pro-Line Fusion suite. We are talking about a complete shift from federated system where every gauge had its own box to a fully integrated glass cockpit environment. First, let's talk about the face of the aircraft. You are looking at 5 massive 15.1-inch high-resolution LCD. These aren't just screens, they are the heart of the EFIS Electronic Flight Instrument System. The PFD primary flight display is where the magic happens. It takes raw data from the pitot static system and the IRU interior reference unit, process it through a computer and give the pilot a perfect digital visualization of airspeed, altitude and altitude. Then you have the MFD, multi-function display. This is where the pilot can pull up anything from the high-res navigation maps to electronic checklists. With just a few clicks, it's all about the reducing pilot workload through smart digital design. Now, let's look under the floorboards. This is the part we love as maintenance students. The A220 runs on IMA, Integrated Modular Avionics. In older planes, if the flight data computer die, you replace a massive specific box. In the A220, different systems share the same high-performance computing module. Everything communicates via a digital data bus, specifically AFDX Avionics for duplex switch internet. Think of the like a high-speed gaming internet connection for the plane. It just is reduced and it cut down hundreds of kilograms of heavy wiring. And we can't talk about the A220 without mentioning full fly-by-wire FBW. There are no steel cable connecting this side stick to the rudder or aileron. Everything is one or a zero. You move the stick, the computer calculates the safest way to execute the move and send a digital command to the electro-hydro actuator. It's basically active stability at 35,000 feet on the air. Of this example, first, the EICS engine indication and crew alerting system. It consistently sniffing the data from the Pratt and Whitney engines. If a sensor pick up any vibration, it doesn't just show a light, it gives a digital diagnostic. Second, the dual HUD head-up display. This is the ultimate flex. It projects all the digital PFD data into a transparent glass screen. The pilot can keep their eye on the runway while still seeing the airspeed and glide slope. Basically, engagement reality AR for aviator. So, to wrap it up, the Airbus A220 is a prime example of how digital technique have revolutionized the flight deck. We've gone from many heavy mechanical gauge to a sleek software-driven environment that's lighter, safer, and, let's be honest, way cooler to work on. That is my breakdown for the A220. Now I'm passing this presentation to my next member.
Okay, so in conclusion, the Airbus A220 clearly demonstrated that the evolution of aircraft technology from traditional analog cockpits to highly advanced digital systems. The introduction of the glass cockpit allows pilot to access all the critical flight information in a clear and integrated display. So systems such as the Electronic Flight Instrument Systems, EFIS, and Flight Management Systems, FMS, provides precise real-time data and assist pilots in making better decisions during flight. And furthermore, fly-by-wire technology enhances aircraft control by replacing manual inputs with electronic signals. And also, it also improving both safety and efficiency. As a result, these innovations significantly reduce pilot workload while increasing overall flight performance and reliability. Therefore, modern aircraft like the Airbus A220 are safer and smarter and also more efficient to operate.